Hi guys, so today I was supposed to be going to this local art center to model for one of their life drawing classes in one of my costumes that I made, but much like everything else, that was unfortunately canceled, just in the interest of keeping everyone safe and healthy. So I was disappointed just because I still wanted to put on my costume. I was kind of excited to wear this one. It wasn't one that I had been able to wear recently, so I decided I'll still get dressed, and I figured why not make a little bit of a video of it since I was supposed to be off today anyway. So today what I'm going to be doing is getting dressed in my 16th century outfit. It's a Tudor era outfit. The entire thing is handmade from patterns that are found in the Tudor tailor. And to start with, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hair up. This is a method of lacing your hair that I actually learned from the women of the Tudor tailor at a workshop that I attended with them back in 2016. And it's been a while since I've done it, so hopefully I can remember how to do this. I'm starting with, this is just black cotton twill tape that I bought at Joann Fabric. It's a 1/2 inch thick. I feel like it's a little bit thick, and maybe I could have done with like 3/8 if I had found it somewhere, but I didn't. It's been a long time since I've done this, and my hair's a bit longer now, so I don't remember exactly how much I need. I'm just gonna start with a lot, and next time I do this with this tape, I can trim it if I need to. I'm gonna find the middle here, just so I know, because that middle is gonna go right in the back of my head. And so I'm going to divide my hair into two as if I'm going to make pigtails. And then I'm just going to braid this tape into either side. So I'm just going to divide each side of my hair into 3 as if I'm going to braid pigtails in, because that's basically what I am doing. And the tape is just going to be braided in as if it's a part of my hair. Like I'm kind of tugging this over. There it is. And I'm using black just because that's what I prefer. In the workshop, we learned this with white tape, and in the Tudor Tailor shop on Etsy, you can buy lacing ribbon in red and cream and black, and I forget what the other color is. I feel like when I had purple hair, I was like really excited to use the black because I just like the way black and purple look together. Now that I have blonde hair, I'm still using black just because that's what I wear the most of. Okay, so now that I've got it to the end, I'm just gonna kind of tie this ribbon off. I definitely have way too much tape, but better to have too much than too little. Okay, that's good enough. Now I'm gonna do this side. Make sure I got all my hair up in here. Feels pretty good. I feel like this is one of those things that looks difficult when you see it finished, but when you actually do it yourself the first time, it's really easy because it's just simple braiding and then lacing. And I think actually Morgan Donner has hair lacing videos that she's done on her YouTube channel. I should have gone to check before I did this, but this is a whole outfit video, so I figured I would just start with the hair because I have to do it anyway. Oh, you almost can't see the lace in this one. Alright. My hair is really thin at the end, so I can't braid it all the way down. It's all that stress we've all been under. Alright, and again, I'm just gonna kind of tie this off. Simple little knot. Can I tie this off? Stay. And you want to use cotton because it will stick better to itself, so these stay better and it's more historically accurate-ish. And also I had polyester twill tape at one point and it just absolutely shreds on the end. I mean, these ends will probably unravel a bit, but the polyester is even worse because it's so slippery. Okay. So now that I've got these two braids with long ribbons coming off the end, I'm going to take this bone awl. It's not real bone, this is one that I bought from Burnley and Trowbridge, and hopefully get the end of one of these tapes through here without shredding it too much. Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to take this braid and I'm going to put it up kind of like this, across the the crown of my head. And then I'm going to take my awl and I'm going to start threading it through my hair around the braid, kind of like in a whip stitch around this braid. And depending on how tightly you braid your hair to your head, it might, oops, it might be a little harder to get through. And this is why you want the ribbon to be, or the tape to be pretty long, because you're just going to go around and around until you get down the side of your head and it's feeling secure. I feel like with this tape being so wide, it's pulling my hair, kind of the short broken pieces, free a little bit more. It might end up coming out a bit more frizzy than if I used a thinner one. Where are you pulling? There we go. Alright. There's that one. That's still pretty long. Let's see. I'm going to thread it on the other free ribbon now. You can see my tail sticking out, but hopefully that will You know what? I think I was supposed to put both up at once and lace them both at once. Well, that's what I get for not having done this in a long time before I decided to make a video of it. I think this works out better if you put both braids up on your head at once and lace both of them together. This guy does not want to go through. There we go. Because now my tail is going to stick out on this side. What do you do about your tail? I'm going to just tuck it in for now. I'll remember for next time. Okay. So I'm just going to whip stitch this one on the same way. Here. And you'll notice, of course, I have bangs, which are not historically accurate. I usually just kind of try to sweep them off to the side if I think they're really sticking out poorly. I might bobby pin them or hairspray them down to try to keep them from flapping around. Come on. This braid is sticking out a little bit. Kind of sort of knotted this one and I didn't need to. That's not what we want. It's kind of hard to do in a mirror while I'm also trying to stay in view of the camera. There we go. Okay, so my hair is all laced up. I'm going to turn around so you can kind of see. See, it kind of goes around the crown of my head. I feel like I could have put these up a little bit tighter to my head, but it's okay for now. Now I'm going to take my awl out, put it away so I don't lose it. I still have these ends. Probably can trim off some, but for now I'm just going to tie them up in a bow. I believe to finish off normally you are supposed to tie it in a little bow, but I have a lot more left than you're really supposed to, so I'm just going to tie a big bow back here. Kind of tuck it in for now. Okay, and then later, after I get dressed the rest of the way, I have this cap that I'm going to put on. Whew, my bangs are really fluffy now. Whatever. Okay, so now I'm going to put on the rest of my outfit. Move this chair out of the way. So you can see I'm already wearing my shirt. This is all linen. Slightly ruffled collar, slightly ruffled cuffs. This is my kirtle. It's made of wool. Inside it's interlined with a few layers of cotton canvas and a heavy home decor fabric that I had left over from another project. I don't even know what the fiber content of that is, but I used it for stiffness. And I put a velvet ribbon around the bottom. So because I'm getting dressed myself, I'm gonna put this on backward. And then I'm gonna lace it up in the back because for some reason I keep making back lacing things that I then have a lot of trouble getting into myself. And then I will try to spin it around and hopefully that works out without me getting stuck on camera. I did make this. Did I make this so that it spiral laces? Yes, supposedly. Let's see how that goes. So spiral lacing was commonly used in the 16th century. It really wasn't until the 19th century that we started to see more of the crisscross lacing. As far as I know, I'm sure there's someone out there who can prove me wrong. But for the most part, from this time period through the 18th century, we mostly see spiral lacing on things. This lacing cord is very much too long. I don't remember where this is from either. It might be corset lacing that you're supposed to use on an actual like crisscross bows in the middle corset. This is the cord that I could find right now. I have more cord laying around somewhere. I should just probably cut a length that will work on this gown. I just haven't yet. Everything's a little bit wrinkly now because I just took everything out of storage bags, like those vacuum sealed storage bags. We moved about a year ago and I had put everything in those storage bags to keep it safe, and some of it I just left in the storage bags because it seemed safer in there from moisture and mildew. Okay, so the lacing goes through all the holes. Now let's see if I can turn this around and get my arms through the straps and tighten this up a little bit. Aha. Pull the shirt down a little. I can tighten this now. That's the hardest part of doing this yourself, is getting it to the correct tightness. I'm also rushing because I am trying to do this on camera and not bore you guys. This would go a lot better if I was not rushing, probably. Come on. There we go. Okay. That's not too bad. There we go. Okay. I wasn't sure how tight I could get this because I made this maybe 3 years ago, and the last time I wore it, almost 2 years ago, I had gained a bunch of weight and I could not get this tight that time. But having a dog means I have lost some weight on all of our walks, and now I can close this again. Awesome. I don't know if I can tie it, but I can close it. Let's see. Maybe I can just kind of tie a bow knot in it. Now I still have all this extra that's always hanging out and trailing behind me. We're just gonna do that for now. There we go. Okay, and then I have this tail too. All right, so now I'm in my underlayer, my kirtle. Like I said, it's a little wrinkly. This I sewed entirely by hand because I came back from the 2016 conference in Jamestown and was super inspired and decided I'm gonna challenge myself and do it all by hand. Just for fun. You don't have to. Depends on what your feelings about it are. I just like the idea of the challenge. I haven't actually worn this with it yet, but maybe a year ago, I finished get this out of the way. I finished a partlet for this. I was also intending to make a ruff at some point, but for now I've finished this partlet that I've never actually tried on with this. Can I get it to look right? I also have a set of sleeves in this same black wool, but I'm not sure where the sleeves are. I tried to find the sleeves to make this video and I don't know where I stashed them right now. Get rides up in the back. Uh-oh. This would be just literally pinned to the gown here and here and in the back. But I think I would definitely need someone to help me with that because I'm having trouble getting it to sort of lay correctly. So that's one option to wear with this gown. My other, and this partlet I also sewed completely by hand from a Tudor tailor pattern. And the other thing that I made from a Tudor tailor pattern is this waistcoat. This is in a dark blue wool. It has hook and eye closures in the front that go all the way down, but sometimes I wear it open. Why does this feel too tight? I think maybe I made this a little snug originally. It seems like based on the patterns that are drafted in the Tudor tailor book, I seem to be about, or I was about the same size as maybe Nina was when they were making the patterns. So I luckily do not have to make many fitting adjustments. So here's my waistcoat. I love this waistcoat so much. There's something just very sharp about it. You can see a few years ago, a very dear friend of mine who was the leader of a Renaissance fair group called the Vixens on Guard, passed away, and so for that fair season I sewed this little fox pin patch on my waistcoat, and I haven't taken it off yet because I just like him on there. Okay, so cap. The cap is also very wrinkly. It's gonna go on my head like this. My bangs are gonna be in the way. I don't know if I can remember how to do this properly. So the cap is made of linen. I also sewed it by hand. The string on the cap is just cotton embroidery floss that I braided, and it goes on like that. And then if you tie it up in front of your laced hair, the hair lacing will help keep your cap on your head. So I'm just going to tie it in a bow up here. Like that. That's when I start feeling like a pilgrim or something. Let's see if I can step back and show you most of the outfit. Cap on my head. And then the last thing I put on is my American Duchess Virginias. They are accurate to this period that I'm wearing, and they're super comfortable to wear around the Renaissance Fair. Just make sure you take care of your soles and the tops, because the dirt and the stones really beat these up. But yeah, that's my whole outfit. That is my hair. That is my wonderful waistcoat that I love and I rarely get to wear. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it gave you something interesting to do while you're home like everyone else. And hopefully I will see you again soon.